Today we're going to do an experiment with plants in light and dark. For this experiment, we're going to put some plants into sealed containers with blue BTB and yellow BTB. We're going to put one container in the light and hide the other container in a dark cabinet. Now, as a reminder, if BTB turns yellow, that means that there's more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And if the BTB turns blue, that means that there's less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So let's start by making some predictions. Our first prediction will be for the container that is in the light. If we take our plant, sealed in a large container with blue and yellow BTB, and we put it in a sunny windowsill, what process is the plant going to be doing inside of our sealed container? Does this process result in there being more CO2 in the air or less CO2 in the air? Think about that process and make a prediction for what you think will happen to the BTB if the plant is left in the light. So now we're going to make a prediction for in the dark. Same setup, blue BTB, yellow BTB, and a plant all sealed in a large container, but this time we're going to put the container in the dark. Now, what process is the plant going to be doing inside of our sealed container if it's in the dark? Is that process going to result in there being more CO2 in the air or less CO2 in the air? Now that we have our predictions, let's map out some notes about what could happen inside the containers. If the BTB turns yellow, what does that mean? Well, it means that there's more CO2 in the air. And what process do plants do that would make it so that the BTB turns yellow because there's more CO2 in the air? Well, we know that with humans and animals like mealworms, that the BTB turns yellow when they do cellular respiration. And it turns out that plants are going to do the same thing. The plants are doing cellular respiration if the BTB turns yellow. But what if the BTB turns blue? What does that mean? Then there's less CO2 in the air. What process do we know of that will take carbon dioxide out of the air? Yeah, the plants are doing photosynthesis. But we have one more possibility. What if the BTB stays the same? If the BTB stays the same, then there are a couple of possibilities. What this means is that the level of carbon dioxide in the air did not change. If the level of carbon dioxide in the air doesn't change, then there are two possible explanations. One, plants could be dead. Or, what if they're doing the same amount of photosynthesis as cellular respiration? We know that photosynthesis would turn the BTB blue, and cellular respiration is going to turn the BTB yellow. If we have equal photosynthesis and cellular respiration, then any carbon dioxide that's being taken out of the air by photosynthesis is being put back into the air by cellular respiration, and this creates a cycle. So the other option that we have is that the plants could be doing equal amounts of photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Okay, make sure that you have your predictions done because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to see what is actually happening.